Comics of 100 Years Ago, June 1st, 1924. It's Gasoline Alley by Frank King. And in our upper panel, we see Walt and Skeezix still in the car going up and down hills on a long green road. Walt's yellow and blue car drives down the road. He says to Skeezix, "I could hardly wait, Skeezix, to throw a tent, a couple of blankets, and you into old Betsy the car and hit the trail." Now they drive through the woods, and Walt says, it seems like old times again, just the two of us, off on a jaunt. And now they have come to what passed for traffic 100 years ago, a country road with a few cars spaced out in it. Walt says, "I guess others had the same idea." Now they're at a gas station. Walt is pumping one end of the gas. The attendant is pumping the other. Walt says, "Car's working fine, weather's fine, roads are fine." The attendant says, "Yep, but there's a detour between here and Summit." "Skeek's turn," says Skeezix. Now Walt drives down a road with a bunch of junker cars crashed to the side, wood all over the place, deep ruts. He says, "The old boy was correct. There's a detour, all right." He drives past a man fixing his tire. Walt says, "I never smile when I see a fellow fixing a tire. I wonder how soon I'll be doing the same thing." They drive past a sign that says Dinkle's Garage, and Walt says, "It's about time to set up for the night, Skeezix. This town looks as if it might have an auto camp." And sure enough, that's where they're at. Everybody has pitched a tent, something that I wish people could still do legally. Walt says, "You are going to be a great help to Uncle Walt when it comes to making camp." "Uncle Walt helps Skeek," says Skeezix as he pulls on one side of Walt's tent. Now they're at a pump. Walt is washing Skeezix's face. We can see a couple talking to one another in the background. "Now for a cleanup and some regular food. I could eat a boiled owl," Walt says. "That's enough washing," says Skeezix. Walt and Skeezix sit eating. There's a town in the background. There are tents on either side of them. Walt says, "And we're never going to be anything but pals, you and I." "Rachel take care of Pal," says Skeezix. And now they are tucked into their beds with a lantern above them in their tent. Walt says, "Now I'd like to see anybody bother us. They can't get us by mail, phone, or telegraph. Sweet dreams, old scout."